Hi. So in my previous video, we have already studied about the characteristic equations of operational amplifier, and these are the characteristic equations. I'm just recapitulate very shortly. That is, input impedance is infinite, output impedance is zero. This AOL means open loop gain is infinite. This is bandwidth. Bandwidth is infinite. This is CMRR, common mode rejection ratio, which is infinite, and VD, voltage difference between these two input terminal, is zero. Now the factor is that what is the meaning of this, and this. I come to the matter that one by one. That input impedance infinite means what? Output impedance zero means what? What is the facilities are there? Why this is better for a electronics device? And also open loop gain is infinite, also bandwidth and CMRR, all these things. First, we'll just concentrate about these two particular part. That input impedance is infinite and output impedance is zero. After that, one by one, I'm coming to these matters. First, I want to explain that suppose uh, suppose there is one chair, okay, and I want to move this chair from this side, this portions to this portions. So for that reasons, we have to make a force. We have to introduce a force on them. So if I'm introduced to force on them, and just that means we are introducing some input voltage or input to this particular chair, input force to particular chair to move from one side to the another side. So for that point of view, what happened, if I am doing this, it's okay. If there is one ruler is coming and ruler is try to remove this particular chair from this side to this positions to another positions, this positions to this positions, then what happened, this chair is cannot possible to uh, this chair will be destroyed, it will broke, okay, because for the ruler's pressures. So this chair cannot possible to take the maximum load, x load given to inside of this. So for that reasons, it resists how much it resists the outside load, outside force, that is depending upon the chair's chair input impedance or input resistance, how much it is resist the signal from the outside. Like that, in case of any electronics device, electronics component, it also it also just if I'm introducing the voltage on it, it also just try to resist the input voltage. So if the input impedance is become high, it can able to resist the input voltage, and for that reasons this is the better for the for any kinds of device, any kinds of device. So this is the betterment. Another thing is the output impedance, output resistance is zero. Output impedance and resistance, basically till now we are always saying that it is impedance. What is the impedance? In electrical engineering, basic electrical engineering, we have already studied the impedance means what? Impedance means there is a resistance. If the resistance have some reactive type capability, reactive element, then it is called the impedance. That means it has some capacitive and inductive value, that means it is called the inductance. So for that reasons, we can say that it is the inductance. Now in the output side, suppose there is if you consider one tank is there, suppose one tank is there, and in this tank there is a output where the water is removing from one tap call, okay. So it's go to the output side. When water is going to the output side with this tap call, and it's coming to here, the water is coming. So if it is the output side, so how much it reaches the output water, that things is representing the output resistance. So output resistance is representing, if the output resistance is low, then very easily water can be go to the output side. So for that point of view, we can say in case of any kinds of electronics device, the output resistance is as much as low, then it is better. In ideal conditions, in operational amplifier, output resistance or output impedance is 0 and input impedance is equals to infinite. Now I go for the next step, next video, that is for the purpose of bandwidth. Thank you very much. So, in the previous video, we have already studied about the input impedance and output impedance and what is impedance. These things we have already studied. Now, things is that here some other part is there: open loop gain, AOL, bandwidth, and CMRR and VD. That is the voltage difference between two input terminals. The things is that this is a very important term for the electronics. We several times we have used the term that is the bandwidth. What is bandwidth? What is the meaning of this band? What is width? The things is that, suppose I give you one example, that I think you know about the tsunami. At the time of tsunami, before the tsunami, some of animals, they can understand about that. Before the tsunami, they can understand about something, some natural calamities will come. They can understand, they can predict these things. Now I am asking you this question: how they can understand? The thing is that they can predict, they can understand about the frequency, okay, of the natural calamities. I am again coming to the another particular portion example. This is our ear, and we can listens the we can able to adopt the signal, audible signals. We can only understand about the audible signal. Whatever the things I am giving, I am voice explaining you, it is in the audible range. That's why you can able to listen these things, okay. Now the factor is that if some of the others some of the others animal, they cannot, if they can able to understand a wide range of the frequency, what any kinds of others frequency also. So our ear can able to understand the audible range, and others creatures, others animals can able to understand another range. So for that reasons, they can understand a huge range of others range of audible. Their audibility is different. Like elephants have others audibility. Our audibility and elephant audibility is different. Maybe dog also, they can understand others audible frequency. So that means, what is the your audible, what you can understand, that means a particular frequency range that can you can understand, because it's go to your inside of the ear, and then you can it is processed and go to the your informations that is in the brain, and you can understand that it is, yes, we are saying that, like that, we what we can understand, this type of signal is coming, that means we know about these things, okay. But things is that for others particular animal, there is some different. I am coming to another very important example, that I think in high secondary level you have studied about that. There is there is a rules that in case of march pass, it is in the bridge, there is march pass is banded. Why the march pass is banded in the bridge? Because the signal, but in case of the bridge, the frequency of the march pass, if the frequency of the march pass is equal to the bridge frequency, then what will happen, the bridge will crack and broken down. So what is the actual factor? That march pass means, if there is some frequency and also bridge have some frequency. So you show in all over the world, everything, each and everything have a particular frequency. You have also one frequency, I have also one frequency. Whatever the light are coming from the light and just deflect in here and go to there, that is also, that is have some signal, and it have also frequency. Whatever the signal is transmitted to you as a video, and whatever the signals you just at present now showing in the in your laptop or your tab, that is also a signal. So everything are the signals, and you show every component or every device or everything have a frequency also, signals and frequency also. Now the factor is that each and every component, each and every device can able to work in a particular frequency range. What I'm saying, that every component, every device, every system can able to work in a particular frequency range. That likes our ear, which can able to work in a particular audible frequency range. If it is outside of the audible frequency, we cannot listen it. So like sparrow can able to listen a wide range of frequency, so they are suffering problem. For that reasons, at present now the sparrow, this particular origin is become very low in the in everywhere, because of the this frequency which we are connecting through the mobile. That frequency may be connected with the sparrow. There is some others research. So what I'm saying, I'm coming concentrations of this, that bandwidth is actually meanings is that each and every device, each and every component, each and every system have a range of the frequency where which in where the system can work, in where in the frequency range, in where it can be work, in where the system can work, in where the component can work, in where the device can work. That frequency range, that frequency range is called the band of the frequency, the bandwidth of the frequency of this particular device or the component or the system. So the bandwidth is a width of the frequency in where the system can able to active. So that is in case of operational amplifier. In ideal case, mind it, it is in the ideal case. Ideal case, it's infinite. That means any kinds of frequency can able to work through this operational amplifier. But it's not true. It's at some realistic value. But at present now, in the ideal conditions, the operational amplifier bandwidth is infinite. Thank you very much.